Hey, Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Brakathum to you, hopefully elect. And just through the Spirit. Um, for whatever reason, I was trying to do this. I was trying to do this video via screen record. Um, Basically, it was a repost. Um, just a repost. Slack it, bear with me real quick. Um, it was just this repost. And like I said, for whatever reason, I've been trying to do this video since yesterday, with the screen record since yesterday, but for whatever reason, man, Esau with this technology and Esau and his technology, but yeah, this is the shit that he boasts in. All right, the Lord gave him the basis of technology, but yeah, this is what he boasts in, man. But basically, man, it was just a repost video, and it was based off, I think that's Psalm 84 and 10. Psalm 84 and 10. Now, it's the spirit how all this came together because, again, I was inspired through the spirit anyways because, I've been having certain conversations with certain individuals, and I noticed more and more I've been quoting a lot of my favorite precepts to certain people. All right, certain family members and things of that nature, people that aren't in the truth. Because all in all, when it comes to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians as a whole, naturally within our spirits, we want the kingdom. We long and desire for the kingdom. All right. But the difference is 2/3, they don't have the vision. All right. They don't have the vision that we possess. All right. You see, so with that being said, 2/3 of our people, they try to establish the kingdom here on earth. And it's like water and grease, man. The two just don't mix. You see? The two don't mix. So let me get this real quick. In Psalm 84 and 10, it says, "For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness." All right. And the point being, the beginning part of that verse, it said, "For a day in thy courts is better than 1,000." All right. Because you see, and this is something that we can't fathom, we can't even imagine. Because all we're used to is suffering, pain, misery, Because with that being said, one day in the kingdom, man, is going to be better than our so-called best days on this side in all of our past lives. All right, all the so-called good days that we had on this side and in our other lives, man. One day in the kingdom, all that's not going to be nowhere near compared to, just one day in the kingdom is going to trump all that, all the so-called best days that we had on this side in all of our past lives. Because like I was saying, it's hard to fathom because all we're used to is pain and suffering. But every day in the kingdom it's only going to get better and better and better and better. Again, we can't fathom that, but hey, you see, this is what we've got waiting on us on the other side, man. And this is why, now more than ever, we got to push. Because Lord, when we be of that number, Yahweh Shema Shai is with us. He's keeping us on the straight gate, man, the straight path, man. And it's hard, and it's only going to get tougher. It's only going to get more and more difficult. All right, but the point of this lesson, man, is just to, again, Lord, one of this is uplifting and edifying, man, because we got to stay kingdom minded. Stay focused on the bigger picture, because like they're saying in the world, the light at the end of the tunnel, well, hey, the light at the end of our tunnel is the kingdom. You see, the light at the end of our tunnel is the kingdom. You see, But like I said, there's not going to be a such thing as a so-called bad day in the kingdom, man. It's only going to get better and better and better. You know, like I said, just talking with Jake, man. Jake is through. Jake is tapped out. Jake is tired. You know, well, hey, part of the gospel, this good news is that, hey, this shit is almost over. We just, again, got to go through this last hoorah, this last go-round, man. And it's over. And that's one of the things that I've been, my favorites. Because like I said, I've been quoting a lot of my favorite precepts to certain individuals lately. And one of my favorites to meditate on is Psalm 126. You know, I tell this to my rib almost every day, man. I tell her to read this chapter. I'm sure she doesn't do it, but you know, this is another one of my favorites in Psalm 126. Psalm 126. Bear with me real quick. Bear with me. Psalm 126, starting at 1. It says, when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, because you see, America, again, it was never meant for us to get comfortable here. It was never meant for us to be established here. America was set up to be a maximum security prison. The whole world is a prison under Esau Edom, but America is a maximum security prison, mainly for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. And this place was set up for us to learn. You know, it's set up for us to repent. What's the word? To look back, reflect. You know, because part of the clip, you know, the elder he was going into, how, and you know what, I often say how, because he mentioned how, you know, well, kind of just slipped my mind, but I often mention how it was necessary for us to be here and to see this wickedness, because at one point we had the kingdom, not the kingdom, but you know, we had paradise, to the point where we were, like the saying goes, everything was handed to us on a silver platter. You know, it was spoiled children. You know, and spoiled children, they pretty much don't appreciate anything. So you see, when we had paradise, we didn't appreciate it. We didn't appreciate righteousness. Well, hey, now that we're in this predicament and we're beholding all this wickedness, when righteousness is established, you best believe we're going to appreciate it that much more. Because Lord willing, as kings, the future kings, judges, rulers of the earth, a king, he knows both sides of the spectrum, the righteousness and the wickedness, the good and the bad, so to say. So it's necessary for us to be in this position that we're in this flesh. All right, because hey, when we judge the other nations, man, hey, just like Yahushua, who was born of a man and a woman, Joseph had sex with Mary, Yahushua came in the flesh, because you know, oftentimes it seems like, you know, the Lord be putting us through certain things, and a lot of times, you know, it might be so difficult to deal with, to the point where it's just like, you know, sometimes you might want to reach out, but you know, you just like, man, I don't know if brothers are gonna understand what I'm feeling. What brothers are not gonna understand what I'm going through. Well, let's just say hypothetically speaking, that was true. All right, and the Lord did hit you with some new shit that no one knows what you're going through. Well, if there was one that could say, I know what you're going through, I've been there, I felt that, it's Yahushua. Because again, Yahushua, he came in the flesh. So he knows what it's like. He knows what we feel. He knows what it feels like. And Yahushua, he conquered the flesh. He did it perfectly. All right? Yahushua conquered this flesh. So you see, and likewise us. Because again, Lord willing, we'll be the future kings, rulers, judges of the earth. When it comes to judging certain matters, hey, we've been in the flesh plenty of times. So we're going to know how to judge the flesh. All right? You know, real quick, I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes dealing with King Solomon, which for those that have ears to receive was Yahushai. So with that being said, King Solomon was the wisest to ever live, right? And as a king, you go to Ecclesiastes 1:16, it says, I commune with my heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. Because again, King Solomon or Yahushua was the wisest man to ever live to walk the earth. To the point where King Solomon, King Solomon, he knew both sides of the spectrum. All right, to the point where he almost gave in to, by Star Wars fans, he almost gave in to the dark side. That's why when you read Ecclesiastes 12, man, hey, in conclusion, fear God and keep the commandments. You see, because King Solomon, he almost went there to the point of no return. But the point being, he knew the righteousness and the wickedness. When you read verse 17, it says, And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this is also a vexation of spirit. So you see, all right, King Solomon, he had wisdom, knowledge, understanding, but he also knew, like I said, madness and folly. So King Solomon, as a king, he knew the good and the evil. You see, because again, at one point, for those that have ears to receive, again, King Solomon was Adam. All right. King Solomon was Adam, man. Because like I said, there was a point in time when, during that time, we had paradise. All right. Everything was handed to us on a silver platter. We didn't appreciate righteousness. All right. Fast forward up until now, being that paradise is gone, hey, listen, again, when we get paradise, when the paradise is established on the earth, when the kingdom is established on the earth again, we are going to, you best believe, we are going to appreciate it that much more because, again, Lord willing, we're of that number. As kings, a king knows the righteousness and the wickedness. He knows the good and the evil. And again, because it was necessary for us to experience this wickedness, that way, for one, all right, we're going to appreciate righteousness that much more when we get it back. You see? And then we're going to know how to judge accordingly. Being that we've been in the flesh, we've experienced all this wickedness, all this evil. All right? You see? So it was necessary for us to be in this captivity. All right? And again, like I said, because this is part of the good news. The Lord is just getting ready. This is the last time we got to go through this, man. Going back to Psalm 126. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion. So you see, when the Lord delivers us, and a kingdom is established on earth, right? Because something I always say, and I've been telling the brothers, because again, this shit hurts. It hurts now. Sometimes we get those thoughts. You don't want to do this no more. Just take me out now. I'd rather be in the spiritual realm. It gets to the point where sometimes some of us even get to a point where it's like, man, even if I'm not of the elect, I'd rather be taken out now. Because it gets overbearing at times. It gets a bit much. But with all that being said, we're going to be in the other side of the kingdom. Like I tell brothers all the time, man. We're going to be on the other side, looking back like, man, I was tripping. We were tripping. Because, hey, this is a light affliction, And another precept, one of my favorites to think upon, I'm going to get it next. But it says, Psalm 126:1 again, when the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. And this is something that I've been quoting a lot, telling certain family members and whatnot. I be telling them, hey, man, this nightmare is almost over, man. This nightmare is almost over. If we just hold on a little longer and do it a little longer. All right? This nightmare is almost over. It's going to be like one bad dream. It's going to be like waking up from a nightmare. You wake up from a bad dream that seems so realistic. You wake up and you're like, phew, thank God it was just a dream. Right? But that's how it's going to be, man. It's going to be like one bad dream. You see, this nightmare is almost over. It's almost over. But we just got to, again, endure a little longer, hold on a little longer. Because, again, a part of the gospel, the good news, this is the last time we got to go through this shit. All right? This is the last time we got to deal with this shit, man. No more. No mas. Going to Romans 8, another one of my favorites. Romans 8 and 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So you see, our current sufferings, man, like I said, of course, it doesn't feel good because, we're currently going through it. So, of course, it doesn't feel good, but this is a light affliction. Like I said, we're going to be on the other side of it. Man, damn, I was tripping. Wadi Yabashimau Shai, right? Again, it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So, listen, man, the light affliction, the little bullshit that we got to deal with now is going to be worth it at the end of the day compared to the glory that's going to be given, everything that's going to be given to us. Listen, there's things that we don't, because, the Lord knows us better than we know ourselves. Jake is simple for the most part. The Lord knows us better than we know ourselves. All right. You see, the Lord knows us better than we know ourselves. So the Lord going to be showing up, popping up, hitting us with the whammy, like, bam. He's going to be like, damn, I didn't even know I like that. The Wadi Yabashimau Shai. Because another one of my favorites, St. John the 14th chapter. I go to it. Another one of my favorites to meditate on. Because before I get that, I'm going to get this in Luke. Because as I often say, as much, because, there's that burning feeling that we have in our spirit, man. We want to see Esau get taken out of power. We want to see this double go down. We want to see righteousness established. We want to see order established. As much as we want these things, as much as it burns in our spirits, how much more the Heavenly Father? Because no one wants it more than Him. That's why I want to get this in Luke 12 and 31. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. So you see, like I said, all of Israel, man, for the most part, they desire the kingdom. All right, but they just don't get it. Everything that you desire, everything that we desire in our spirits, man, is going to be given to us on the other side, man. Because again, this place was never set up to be permanent. This place was never set up for us to be established, have our own communities, and no, man, you can't establish the kingdom, mix it and mingle it with Esau's kingdom. It just doesn't mix. So that's why we just got to wait, endure a little season, and in due time, man, all right, all these things shall be added unto us, more than our heart's desires. Like I said, the Lord's going to be showing up, popping up with things that we didn't even know we like, man. Like I said, the Lord knows us better than we know us, than we know ourselves. So the Lord going to be showing up, with things that we didn't even know that we admired. Because the kingdom is going to be very far-fetched. The kingdom is going to be very far-fetched. All right, more than our imagination can even handle. But that's why I'm going to read verse 32. It says, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And the scriptures talk about pleasures evermore. All right, like I said before, man, hey, there's not going to be a dull moment in the kingdom. It's only going to get better and better and better and better and better. Every day is going to get better. And that's something that's hard to fathom. But hey, again, the kingdom is going to be very far-fetched. And the Lord, it said it was the Lord's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. And the Lord can't wait. Like I said, no one wants it more than the Lord, man. No one wants it more than Abba. No one wants it more than Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You see? Going to St. John 14 and 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not have told you. I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. So you see, man, and as we speak, this is being prepared for us. Pleasures evermore. More than we can even fathom. Right? More than we can even, man, we can't even begin to think. We can't even scratch the surface, A place is being prepared for us, but the kingdom is being prepared for us as we speak. Right? And like I said, or when you read on, it says, and I go to prepare a place for you. I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. So like I said, hey, Lord's going to be showing up, popping up, like boom, hitting us with a whammy, like, damn, I didn't even know I like this. I didn't even know this, Because the Lord knows us better than we know ourselves, man. And like I said, Jake is simple. So, the Lord going to be showing up and he's going to be showing out. You know, man. Hey, the kingdom is gonna be very far fetched, man. This is the light at the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, man. Yeah, this shit hurts now. It sucks now, but hey, like I read in Romans 8, man, it's gonna be worth it. This is gonna be worth it. We're gonna be looking back like, man, I was tripping. I was tripping. Damn. You know, it's gonna be like one bad dream, man. One nightmare. You know, like one bad dream, man. You know, it's like I said, Jake is through. Jake is tired, man. Jake is tired. And like I said, I've just been in the habit of quoting, pretty much these precepts. My favorite precepts. I love to meditate on them. So more and more I've noticed that I've been quoting my favorite precepts because Jake is tired, man. Jake is through. But I always tell myself, man, just the water to you. How about Shema Shah? That this is not the end all be all. Because if America, if this was it, then we're all through. We're finished. We'd be done. You know. But we just gotta hold on tight. I just say hold fast, man. Hey, because Lord's keeping us on the straight gate, man. A tight rope for a reason. And all this shit's gonna pay off at the end of the day. It's all gonna be worth it. That I know by faith, through the Spirit, man. All this shit's gonna pay off. Kingdom minded. Stay focused on the bigger picture, and I guarantee you, all this shit, bills, women, all this shit, it becomes less and less. It just becomes smaller and smaller, man. It becomes easier to block all this shit out, man. The more we stay focused on the kingdom, the more it becomes easier to say the hell with all this, man. Because this ain't it. This ain't it. But Lord willing, this was edifying. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Yahweh Bashim Shai Brakathum to you, hopefully elect out there. Stay strong. Hey, we almost home, man. Lord willing, until next time. Shalom.